For Buki, the decision to leave that marriage, which, according to her, was consented to by her husband, led her to the current predicament that she's found herself in. And what am I talking about? Buki said 3 months after she walked out of this home, safety of her life, that's what she said, a man came, a London Returnee. His name, Kunle. Kunle walked into her life. She said she wasn't really settled for somebody who have had a tumultuous 7-year marriage. For a young guy who just came in from England, they met. One thing led to the other. Love and sex. Yes, sex happened. Buki said it was an experience that was to change her life. She was hoping it was going to change her life for the better, but no, that wasn't what happened. Hold it. 3 months after she left her matrimonial home, and she met Kunle, who just came in from London. It was during Christmas, according to Buki. Kunle promised heaven and earth. Said he really, truly loved Buki. Love her for who she was. Empathize, sympathize with her situation. He even told Buki that it was God that revealed the bondage she's being in so that he could come here and fill the gap. Buki believed. One thing led to the other. Sex happened. I know some of you watching me live on television tonight are going to say, look, premarital sex is a sin. I know. It is a sin. But for Buki, yes, it happened. But this was something that changed something about Buki. For the very first time in her life. Shortly after Kunle returned back to England, Buki said she found out that a period was missing. A lady who has been in a marriage for 7 years, who couldn't, for once, conceive. One Casanova walk into her life and change all that. You expect Buki to shout "Ure" and declare a party. No, that wasn't what happened. Buki said her attempt to reach out to Kunle out there in England to bring this gospel, good news about what has happened to her, turned to a nightmare. You know why? Kunle told Buki to forget about getting pregnant for anyone. You know why? Kunle said she should go ahead and abort. What's the reason? Buki said Kunle told her, you want to get pregnant? You want to tie me down? I'm a man. A lot of men are watching me live on television. I don't get it. Why do we want to pull down our trousers? We're ready to close our eyes. But when the responsibility becomes, we develop cold feet. The things we do, the things men do. Buki said she was devastated. For a man who seemed to have performed miracle in her life, now turning around and encouraging her to do one thing, abort, and even accusing her of trying to tie him down. For Buki and her mom, it was a miracle delivered. They decided otherwise. They were going to keep the baby. And they did that. Several efforts by Buki to reach out to Kunle on phone. It got to a point he wasn't going to even pick our calls anymore. Buki eventually gave birth. She did. Naming ceremonies performed. As I'm talking to you live on television this evening, the boy is 2 years old now. 2 years now. 2 years. No contact from Kunle. Until this past Christmas. Kunle came home. But something happened. Something else happened. From what Buki shared with me, information had it that attempt by Kunle to return back to England turned sour. He was refused visa. Spending the last couple of weeks in town seemed to have changed Kunle's perspective about life. Buki currently works, taking care of her. She's a graduate. And so why am I on TV this wonderful evening? I'm on television because Buki said, Isaac, I want to move on with my life. I need a man. If you are going to help me get a man who will love me for who I am, And I said, which man again? Buki said, Kunle came. Coming back to beg for our hand in love. I asked Buki, so what did you tell him? Buki said, I asked him to butt out of my life. I said, why? She said she realized that the last 2 years actually exposed her to a fact that she never really loved Kunle. She got crippled into that relationship simply because of the stress, the pressure that she just experienced 3 months after walking out of her 7-year marriage. And that was why she got entangled with Kunle. 2 years on, she realized she never loved him. So the question tonight is this: do you get married to a man because you have an issue for him? Or do you marry a man because you love him? Because people is asking me, Isaac, come Valentine's Eve, I want to be at your show. I need a man that I will love if you can get me one.